Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Logitech Play to Win Series Season 4, the Valorant Quarterly Tournament Division B, match number 58. Today, we do have Purple Skulls taking on iOiO, and joining me on the cast is going to be my Mite.
Hello, Terra.
So,
Well, I'm surprised you got the team name right on the side
uh,
of team iOiO. That is not something that happens usually, but yeah, today
hey,
is
hey,
a good
hey,
day.
hey, I got it right, okay? And as usual, you seem to be shy to come on cam, so might will be joining us over
Like,
audio only. Just a little bit about the tournament itself: 125,000 rupees in prize money, 135,000 rupees in prize money across the two divisions. So a lot of prize money on offer, courtesy of Logitech every quarterly tournament as well. And of course, Logitech is known to have multiple titles in their quarterly tournaments as well. So massive shout out to Logitech. And if you're in the market to buy some peripherals, head on over to the Logitech page and check out everything that they have to offer. They do have you covered in terms of mice, keyboards, mouse pads, headsets. I myself, I'm using a G502. I actually have my mousepad casing because I can't show you my mouse. It is the G240 that you can see on screen right now. Again, a Logitech mousepad that I'm using with my Logitech mouse. So if you are in the market for some peripherals, head on over to the Logitech page and check out everything that they have to offer. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the rosters. These are the rosters that we're looking at today. So these two teams, I don't think we have seen them before. Any recollection
yeah,
of
these two
us?
teams are very new. These two teams are very new. And
Yeah.
and yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how new teams are gonna pair up with each other.
So yeah,
Because I mean, on
checking
the
at
side
the
of Purple Skulls, they seem
rosters.
they
Yeah,
seem to
checking
have
the
one, two, three,
rosters, I
four,
feel
five,
like
six.
they have a couple of diamonds, they have a couple of silvers as well. So a mix in the terms of rank that we are looking at. So with that, I think we will be going into agent select, and it is going to be a map on bind.
Oh, boy, that's nice. We might be able to see some interesting teleport plays by the looks of it.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we've been wanting to see something different than Ascent, and that's exactly what we are getting with bind here. Just loading in seems to be a bit slow. Okay, finally loaded in. So it's going to be on bind, and we do have the agent select coming out. So we have a jet, we have a raise, which is very popular on bind. No raise on the side of IO though. They are going to be running with the jet Reyna. I have given my thoughts on this multiple times. I feel like they are very dependent on their individual skills. But Raze, on the other hand, very good on bind, especially for that hooker control through the teleport. And having said that, Sky, something that we see a lot of in the current meta. KJ as a sentinel
It's
for,
almost as if
yeah.
Sky has been replacing Sua in a lot of these comps.
Mhm.
Because I mean, I can understand why you'd want to replace Sua with Sky because of the flexibility that Sky gives. The
Yeah.
problem with running a Sky and running a double duelist possession is that you are not leaving a lot of space for information gathering. Because like you are losing the Sky as a duelist as well, unless you are using the Sky's passive, which kind of ruins the entire potential of being that aggressive sort of initiator.
Yeah.
And that's kind of unfortunate. But I mean, we see a brimstone on the side of iOiO. I love to see how they're going to execute off this. They do have two healers on their side as well.
Yeah,
Again,
one thing that I don't like is actually that they are stacking only two players at A. Normally, you need to have three at A and maybe two at B. That's how we normally run the lineup. But it is going to be hit by the looks of it. And Hooker
it is actually a pretty good read by the side of Team iOiO because actually the key phase and the execute is going to be on the B side as well. Immediately, Adil is going to side off the Sky. Reyna trying to do something here, not being able to do anything as she's going to get the regrowth off of the Sky. Punia
we do
on
see a
B
fast
long trying to
rocket
do
coming.
and Onishan going back into a shot here, expecting a flank. It's not really getting anything since that the players on the side of iOiO are standing quite strong, quite solid on the side. And that's something I like is that, not giving away too much, especially on the pistol round, where it's very important when it comes to the economy building in the next parts of the half to have that sense of control. Again,
Double smoke goes out, but the brimstone smoke is also there in turn here. He does have a molly as well to use. If he does really need to, he use it with the paranoia, buying himself some time here. But an immediate teleport. Oh wow! Some lovely shots coming onto the brim from Podichan on that raise.
seconds left.
Rusty's not able to get the kill onto the first, trying and get into or not unfortunate there, but the Jet is able to get a favorable trade for his side. That's going to be a 3v3 advantage on the side of the attackers, to be honest, because I mean, look at the people alive. It's a Killjoy and the state, so that's a lot of post-match potential. But Rusty's trying to go in. He's waiting for his team to come back in. That is, I really like how Rusty's playing this. Not pushing into the smoke, waiting for his team to come back in. This, the guiding flash. The guiding light is perfect, but then they like the shots. No, they can't. But Punia can. Punia is able to do something there, and Human is gonna get taken down, and that's gonna be the round for the side of Team iOiO. Again, very disciplined defense there from their side. I mean, they initially did pretty long to get that extra information, and they were able to get a pick off. And the moment the Sky got a pick off in long, he fell back and let the Reyna pick. Because why? Reyna is a really good defensive tool. You can immediately get a kill and fall back into sight with the distress. And I really like that sense of control and sense of understanding of the composition that they have between these agents, and that's really something that you want to see when you're running a duelist with a Reyna and a Jet. In is that you play around these agents' abilities and try to capitalize off it, because you can't really expect the utility to come in very handy when it comes to game fight scenarios.
Yeah, there seems to be a bit of a slower hit this time around from iOiO. They are taking their time. Sorry, not iOiO. Podichan and the crew here, they are playing it really slow. Sounds have been made. The shower is going to get walled off by iOiO Rusty here.
That's so unlucky here. But Podichan was trying to creep in here. The shower trying to get kill off onto someone, but he's able to get that ball back off of that. The heal's gonna come in, he's gonna get back up to 100 HP. That's gonna put him in fighting capability. And the thing here is that what purpose they're trying to do is they're trying to peel out the map and make presence. But on a pistol round, and first shot can only get into the back of teleport to try and save him. He's down to 30 HP. Can get the heal up, that's 90 HP, but he's alone in an island while two of the rest of his teammates are in the B side. It seems as if though they're trying to rotate in the A side, trying to get a spy plot at least. If possible, first I get a ball off play the back of the side, but no, he's gonna try and go for an aggressive pick, not working out to take it down. Now the problem with the purpose there is that they are on an equal. They were on 4 as if at 1-4.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, trying to feel out the weapon and trying to default may put you at a huge disadvantage, because you are walking into a very strong you are walking huge gun disadvantage, and giving those 1v1 players who are on specters against classics, it's not the best decision. And I mean, if you are on an eco, the best decision, especially on a game like Valorant where you have to use a lot of utility, is to just get all 5 players, rush into a side, try to get a quick plant off and try to do as much damage as possible. But they are walking into B again, and that's the Killjoy Oni-chan opening up 2-1 long. Both players are gonna get taken down. He's gonna have to fall back onto elbow. Oni-chan is already on top of the container, has for the guiding light can give information of one player in elbow. The trailblazer doesn't actually get the information of the one player on the guardian. The guiding light won't be able to. Quite unfortunate, Punia is not able to do as Killjoy gets 4. That's huge for Oni-chan.
He's on ace.
Yes, he's on ace. He wants it, but he doesn't get the ace. Oh no, Ichibi is able to get 2 on the Brimstone as a Spectre. All he has to do is do as much damage as possible.
Oh, this is really good. I mean, regardless of everything, it's a really good round for iOiO.
It really is. I mean, they took down 3 players. I mean, it was the Brimstone who took down 3 players. But like the fact that they do so much damage to 3 players, which means 3 of those players will have to reinvest, and that's gonna put the economy at quite disadvantage on the side of Purple Fuzz. I mean, you have 3 players on 0 credits after this round. That's not a position that you really want to be in, but it's going to be the investment here for the side of iOiO.
They are cutting noise. They're playing really slow. The Trailblazer goes out from the sky.
invested into side, doesn't get it. The boomer could have been better had it been invested into U-Haul area, but again, the boomer actually starts the play in U-Haul completely changing its course, running back to that player. But again, this interesting sage wall up in showers just completely cutting off any cut. You usually hit the sage wall in a shot, but this placing it in showers buys them so much more time, because to get through this, they have to break all three of the blocks. You can't break just one block, and then that's going to give a lot of information. But what happens now is where I think it will get interesting, because Rusty, he's going to have to take the fight with the two players he showers as the wall goes down. 50 seconds remaining in the round as Potishan gets a kill. Rusty, he's not able to complete the kill. He's going to try and fall back, get the heal off the dark covers placed in the middle of side. Rusty with the kill onto the
30 seconds left.
Riz.
Spike planted.
On heaven. Take out the turret. Again, 2v3 retake. This is not impossible for their side. He has a tailwind as well, which means he will be able to counter this aggression on their side. They're gonna take out the player in front of bench, but it's down to a 1v. He's got 1v2. He has tailwind. Again, the tailwind is very powerful in some situations like this, but oh no, that is a really good shot there from the side. As they close out the round here on the guns at purpose kills. Take two.
Yeah, Purple Skull is equalizing things, and now going to be putting iOiO on a save here. We do have a Bucky coming out on the side of Punya, with the rest of them going into half shell Sheriff and pistols on the Jet, who does have his Blade Storm up, so he's going to be able to pop it this time around to gain some advantage for the side of iOiO. But seems to be this is going to be a B hit from the way that the KJ is setting up, and hookah control is going to be fought for by Podichan and Omen. Meanwhile, already Blade Storm getting 2 kills.
Huge on the Blade Storm. That's a lot of value as it takes 2 kills on this team. It's down to 3 already. They are going up against Sheriffs, and the Sky is making it work. As just PS gets 1 kill, he's gonna fall back into. I like his positioning from him as well. He takes 1 hit, doesn't overpress. He knows there are a few players long. He's gonna fall face with the rotate. And the trailblazer is huge. That can spot 2 players in the long area as well. They understand that there could be a flank coming in. Can Rust hit the shots? Trusting cannot. And he doesn't do damage either. Look at Nibi. Look at Nibi's ult. Look at the orbital strike. That could be huge in this situation. All he has to do is get onto the side as quickly as possible to get the orbital strike off. He's just too far away to do that. But he does have 2 sky smokes. Now, the thing with Brim is that you have to constantly try and save up your sky smoke for those later situations, or you have to decide to do not kill. But Oni Chang here, he's gonna pull all of our attention. Not to get
one enemy remaining.
But he's gonna get the break through the wall. It's down to 1v2. There's a guy light in a pop flash. He's gonna get 1. He's down to 1v1. The Seekers invested immediately off the back of that, and that's going to be the Seekers giving information of the player outside showers. He's going to try and go for the refuse. He has to stick the refuse here. So he hears the player coming out of showers. He's going to take it off, and he gets the kill off onto the Omen. That's going to be the clutch coming in from the side of HSP. Huge here for Team iOiO as they get back into the game at
what a save! What a save run coming out from them. All started with iOiO, the Jet Easy, who got 2 kills off his Blade Storm, 2 clean headshots coming out from him to get those 2 kills. And afterward, it was a Sheriff shot from Hope, just evening things out and giving them the 3v2 advantage.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, the thing with Hope, especially in that round, is that he stuck the defuse. I mean, had he stuck the defuse as well, he could have won that. But he decided to go for the fight, realizing that the Omen was a lot closer than he expected. That's awareness. That's good awareness for you. But again, he wants to challenge this angle outside the double again, double of Sky. As he's gonna get flashed up by the guiding light, he's gonna fall back off. As the players pushing up wrong side.
They are on save.
I mean, Onisha did invest lockdown in the earlier round, not really working out or in the team's favor. He's gonna walk into side, double the spotting. Player is gonna get a little bit of damage off, but that's a huge kill there. That's a huge kill there by the Sage. As the guy led, he's gonna give information again. As that's gonna be the kill. Go for the other stage. As only Jump 2 gets a kill onto Reina. It's down to Izaf here on Hookah. He has to try and hold this side. He has to try and stop the start from going to He does. He gets one. He gets two. Doesn't get the third. A little too greedy. Almost. Not sure if that was the correct play. As Nippy actually has the Orbital Strike, but the Orbital Strike is completely useless because he gets taken down the Resurrection. It's gonna come in by Rusty. That's gonna be a 2v2. Spot that again. This could be huge. The Orbital Strike is gonna be invested here. There's no use in keeping ults way too far away to be used if you do not get the optimal opportunity. And these two players inside on the attacking side, they do have guns recovered, but only Chandra 2 HP. Not 2 HP, he has to try and hide this. The obvious strike getting invested, and that's when he has to take the kill it down to a 1v2, and the woman cannot do anything as Rusty with the final kill on the round. That's gonna be the fourth round of the side of team iOiO. They seemed as if they were not very comfortable on the gun round, but these last two rounds they've been very, very good.
Yeah, but I think the biggest problem there was they did not clear Hookah at all. There was no player pushing through Hookah, and after they got control of the side, they did not check Hookah to see if there was a player, completely leaving the Jet IO easy on Hookah to get those two frags, and then it just kind of fell apart afterwards. Especially since they were on a save, they did manage to recover a couple of rifles, but not managing to make them work in the end, especially with the Resurrection coming out from Rusty there.
Okay, that was a huge resurrection that touched out the round in some already. But again, it's gonna be a B hit here, easy. He's set up in Hooker to try and deal with this push. Showstopper is gonna be invested, but he gets taken down immediately and the trade off in the favor of Purple Skulls. But that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be a showstopper clearing out Hooker, but not really doing anything per se. The ult is invested, not if there's anything as double, he's gonna get flashed up by the Guardian Knight, gonna throw out his own field information, not getting any at all. Again, Bhakti. Oh no. Oh no. They cannot get the resurrection off because the player body fell inside the teleporter. So they cannot get the resurrection off onto onto the bridge inside the teleporter because you have to open up teleport from the other side. That is so unfortunate. The resurrection not working out in their favor. But the sky is double. He's gonna get one pick on play. iOiO down to 3 players. Again,
30 seconds left.
Player still sitting in a side. This could be huge if they do not clear the player in the back of A. I really like Ross's position here. He's waiting for the plan to go down. The ball gets taken down immediately. Rusty running around people, trying to do something.
10 seconds left.
For the players to be here, double gets it. Rusty though gets a kill onto the. Oh man! Rusty gets the second pick as well. Does he? Yeah, he knows the players in showers. He's gonna try and sit the diffuser. He's gonna he's not gonna try and he gets the headshot off onto the sky. Huge shot here. As he's down to Rusty in a 1v2. 1v1. No, the slow up. His own slow up. Not that is so unfortunate. What happened there was that he threw his slow up, which slowed him down from escaping the nano swarm thrown by the Kickjoy on the other side. And then that's why he couldn't escape from the nano swarm as quick as he wanted, and he's down to 60 HP as well.
The pause has been called because one player did DC from the side of iOiO. It is the Sky Hope who has a DC. Hopefully he will reconnect shortly.
Now, like, these rounds are very, very close. Just so insanely close how, evenly matched these teams are.
I want to know how to do the slow-mo drone shots. I think you need to get your DPI really low or something like that.
Just have to, lock in Soa.
But
I mean, half the
4-3.
so I mean half the SOAs in my rank games do not really use their drone at all. They just buy the drone in the piston and then they never use it the entire game. Like, why are you not using utility?
So the Masters did come to an end. Did you manage
Uh,
to watch the Masters?
I did watch the final. I was so sad because like in the semifinals you had 100 Thieves losing to Envy, and
Yeah.
I mean I am a huge 100 Thieves fan. It broke my heart. And then you had Envy losing in the finals as well, which put 100 Thieves out of being able to qualify for champions as well. After that, so they're gonna have to play the last chance qualifiers. It's just heartbreak all around. But then I'm pretty sure a lot of the Sentinels fans, people like you, were a
Hey,
little,
hey, I'm
thrown
a
off the
fan of
pedestal.
I'm a fan of
Thrown off the
any good
pedestal.
team. I'm a fan of any good team and any good player rather more than a team.
Tera,
The
check
only
the
reason
recordings. Check the
on,
recordings. I remember you saying
only
I
reason
am
that
a
I'm a
Sentinels
fan,
fan.
yeah, I'll
Eh?
explain myself. Only reason that I'm a fan of
Tera,
Sentinel
tera.
is that I'm a massive fan of Tens and the way that he plays. And likewise, I'm a fan of G2 because of Nuki. There are certain players. And now a massive fan of Gambit as well because of how Nats played Viper on Icebox. I mean, you need to uh, because none of these play teams are technically playing for Sri Lanka, so I don't really have any allegiance to any of these teams. But for specific players that I like watching, the likes of Tens, Nuki, uh, these are really good players to keep an eye out for. And then Asuna
Terrace
from
just justifying himself. He's like, you know what? I don't really support Sentinels. I just like the good players.
yeah. I mean I
Okay,
don't need to
man.
justify this.
Okay,
This is what I said
okay,
before,
man.
and I'm going to stand by it.
Okay. But yeah, it was actually quite shocking to see Sentinels lose in that fashion. I do agree. Like even like I'm not a huge Sentinels fan, although I really do like Tens as well. But to see them lose like that was quite shock. It just goes on to show how quickly Valorant has grown and how it has evolved into this game where you have to rely on utility and not your gunplay first. Because like what Sentinels did in Iceland was that they held W and got into sight and won their gunfight. They are still capable of doing that. But the
Yeah,
thing is, with all these new additions coming in from the world, teams like Gambit, teams like G, teams like Ascend, there is just there's so much utility usage, there's so much stalling capability, and there's just so much counterplay to such aggression. Is that if you are not confident of your stats, if you don't have a proper default, if you're not playing according to a plan, if you're just walking to side and fight in gunfights, it's going to be really hard for you. And that I think that's what really showed in the Sentinels camp as well. I mean, you saw them when things popped off,
yeah,
especially on maps like Breeze, they just won. But the thing is, against teams that are highly utility based, it's really hard to do that. Because like I mean, and I love it. I love seeing that change that happened in Berlin. That was very different to Iceland because Iceland was all about who has the better aim and who can go and win the gunfights. In Berlin, it almost felt as if with teams like Gambit, with teams like 100 Thieves, and even Envy to a certain extent is like who has the better brain, who has more preparation, who has put in a lot more work into understanding each other's counter as well.
to be fair though,
And
my
that's
favorite
huge.
game was 100 Thieves versus Ascend. The
Oh
comeback
yeah,
from 100 Thieves in that game was absolutely insane on a
that game
different
gave
scale.
me goosebumps all the way. Yeah, I it's just I don't and then yeah, it's just that was it. Just seeing how good Nitro was on Jet. Oh my god.
And the weird part is, I was actually bashing on Nitro during the first half because he was bottom fragging on the Jet, and he had 9 kills on Breeze, I think, when the first half ended. And even in the second half, he was not doing well. And then Asuna comes around. He was up against, I think, 4 players. He managed to take down 3 there at B side. Some insane plays coming out from that Reyna in that engagement. And I think the entire team fed off of that energy that Asuna brought to that round. They did lose the round, but after that they never dropped a round from there onwards. I mean, they went on to win that game, coming back from a 12-7, or I think it was 12-7 at one point, and came back to win the game. I think that just goes to show how much momentum matters in the game. You need to build up momentum for your team. You need to keep that confidence up, and that went to show like Asuna making just that one play, or like multiple plays in that round, just made sure that the entire team got motivated to try and do better. And then we saw the Jet coming online like crazy and went on to what get 26 kills, 27 from being like 9 kills halfway down the second half. So I mean, he went absolutely
No,
insane afterwards.
like the thing about this game is that it's very different to other FPS games because you have this one single piece of utility that can ruin your entire game plan. Like you might have a perfect positioning of, let's say, by for example, you might have a perfect execution of on defense where you hear the where you throw a drone outside of bind, you get information of
Yeah.
the players, you immediately throw a paranoia outside of teleporter, and then you have three players rushing into teleporter on the side of A side to get into B, and then try and get those aggressive fights. But one single sage wall in front of the teleporter can ruin that entire setup for you. See, that's the thing with Valorant, is that there's so much utility that can just ruin your setup. You have to be adaptive, you have to be quick, you have to be quick on your feet. And that's something that I really like about seeing this tournament, especially on the side of Gambit. These people are just, not only are they really, not only do they have really good aim, I mean, Nuts and Nuts is it's his lurks are just a thing of beauty to watch. Like, he never gets caught. He never gets caught. I do not know how he does it.
Yeah, and I think I can't remember what it was. I think it was Sentinels versus what was that game? I think FAQ. I think on Split. I think where Dapper went absolutely crazy with the judge at the B side. I mean, again, just holding your ground. Insane players coming out. That's the level of Valorant that you love to see. And to be fair, though, we do have a lot of Sri Lankan talent who is getting to there. We have the likes of UG, we have the likes of Cloy, who went through into the BCC qualifiers, trying to qualify for the last chance for a really good team. And then you have the new roster coming out from Team New Order that we will see in Division A. So we do this time Division A is absolutely going to be lit because of the new rosters coming out from multiple teams, and then you have Mistwalkers who are trying to get to that level, trying to give a fight to the likes of, UG and New Order. I mean, amazing games coming out, and then even Valorant as a whole in Sri Lanka is improving on a very exponential rate, and I feel like the players are feeding off of it, and they have been improving. Like the gameplay, the style that I watched a couple of months back, it's not what I'm seeing right now. We saw in the previous quarterly tournament, and then the teams that we saw in the previous quarterly tournament have come back around this quarterly tournament, and they have improved quite a bit. So I feel like what Logitech right now is doing to have these multiple quarterly tournaments is helping out a lot in terms of developing the skill. But with that, we do have the game going back live. Let's have a look. Trailblazer into a shot here, trying to get some information, going to spot out the Brimstone all the way in lamp.
Blinded.
Walking, I really like this approach here. That walking in a shot, there's no remote option. There's walking. They replace that shower this close for them, so they put all 5 players pushing up a shot, try to get that control on the Brimstone. Gets 2 picks to the blue players inside. That's gonna put them at an immediate disadvantage. The flank is caught already by the turret. The reaction judge trying to use the cloudburst to his advantage, not working out for him. Bomea though not able to make it work with the charge. It's down to hope in a 1v4 again. I mean, this man has been really amazing on the sky, but not this might be too much of an ask for. That is exactly what you see, as it's going to be the fourth round on the side of team iOiO.
What a
I beg your pardon,
game this is turning out
side
to
of
be.
Team Purple Skulls. Yeah, it really is. I really like how all these rounds are becoming so close. It's just, I mean, the thing is this, like, on both sides, the composition itself is very aggressive. And I like how the Team iOiO are playing defense. They are being very proactive, especially on the B side, especially on the B long, take the B long control. And that really helps them out quite a lot. But it seems as if they're gonna. They actually 3-stack B here. They have 3 people in A, sorry, they got me, but it's gonna be Hope in the back lines, hiding into the darker, waiting for teammates to take all this.
Healing over here.
Yes, double this. It's gonna get stunned there by the
You should run.
trailblazer, but it doesn't move. That's actually a huge big play. Because he just stays concussed. I have no clue how he has this much courage in as two players go in to the teleport or the as well as going to be the lock. Does not have a gives a shot onto Hope. Rusty again has a huge flank. There's no feasibility to take in this round though. Does he expect a play prediction right there? No, he does not. Only has to on the Empress.
One enemy remaining.
6-2 on the Empress. It's down to the final play of the Omen. He has the from the shadows as well, but he cannot use it as Hope closes him out. That's completely out of the side of the iOiO.
Already 5-4 going in favor of team iOiO, coming up with a massive defense here, and the Jet on the side doing quite a bit of work alongside Rusty, and Rusty especially with Ichinibi holding down.
Ichibi. Oh
Ichibi
my
Nibi,
god.
okay.
Terra's anime references are just disappointment at this
I
point.
watch anime, but I don't watch all anime. I have specific animes that I watch, so you know. So many.
Like what, Naruto? Like
Obviously.
what?
Obviously. Yeah, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, you know, Initial D.
The action ones. So just come on. Watch some slice of life. Watch some,
Nope.
the high school animes that
Nope.
that actually have a meaning in them. It's not just
You're-
I'm gonna
are
piss
you
off an
shitting on
entire
Naruto
fan
right
base. You know, trigger off an entire fan base by saying Naruto doesn't have any meaning. But yeah, that's gonna be information garnered by the guardian that there are gonna be players outside of the long. Trailblazers of the two players. There's only chance the blade storm in hook, although no, he does not, as he gets a set of blades lodged in his Chang with the double satchel onto the elbow. Yeah, gets one Bunya though with the trade off onto Omen. It's down to 4v3 advantage on the side of the defenders as the stem beacon actually were not working in their favor as the spray just goes by orbital strike is gonna be not even just because if he had the orbital strike. The resurrection gonna come in for this 1v3 attempt, and Ichibi maybe cannot do it as he gets taken down. 5th rank of the side of Team Purple Skulls.
Yeah, what a tight game this is turning out to be. 5-5 now, again forcing. Funny part is none of the teams have had economy to hold it for 2 rounds. It's like win 1 round, lose the next. You're forced into the 3rd round with an eco, and that's exactly what iOiO is forced into right now yet again. And mind you, iOiO did the Jet did pop the blade storm, so he's not going to be having the blade storm for this round, and he is going for that half shield Bucky by the looks of it.
The thing is, they have to think about the next round as well, right? Because next round is probably going to be the last round of. It is the last round of the half. So they have to have some economy on them. They cannot afford to buy up in this round. They're gonna have to try and save in case something happens. But that's the showstopper getting the opening onto the side. Ichibi has no business whatsoever being in there when there's a rocket just coming at you from above. As Rusty not able to land the shots, he has a resurrection, but I'm not sure whether that will come in useful at this point. He's gonna try and fall back, double, getting another kill on. Gets out to Rusty in a 1v5. A Sheriff, can we see some headshots here? Can we see 5 headshots? He does have the hammer gun buddy on his gun. That is the breach gun buddy, if I'm not wrong. I mean, he might be able to do something. No, he is not, as Rusty gets taken down there by the Vandal of the Rays. It's gonna be purple skills on 6 rounds. Team iOiO.
Taking the lead here, 6-5. Can iOiO bring this back and make it all even for the first half?
Again,
coming back.
there was a huge argument even after Berlin is that Jet requires nerfs. Do you agree with that, Tara? Being a Jet main yourself?
Not really. I think he's good enough. Yes, he is really one of the best agents in the hands of a good player. But having said that, I don't think it requires a nerf as such. I think, and another thing is, Jet has become the face of Valorant right now, and I don't think nerfing is going to help it. And it's like, how do you nerf its skill set? Are you going to remove the dash? You can't. Like,
Well, you could do something. You could do something like this. What I had in mind when people say nerf set is you take her capability to dash in all possible sides. The dash can only be backwards or forwards. How about that?
I think that defeats the
That
purpose
that
of
that
Ranger. Meanwhile, we do have a fight happening
yeah.
outside of Hookah, and there's so many players going down here. The trade's happening, but it's down to a 3v3 now.
I
Meanwhile,
mean,
we
Rasti
might
does
see.
have the resurrection on him if he's able to do something here, but the
Hey.
guiding light blinds both of them. He's not able to get the kill, and that's gonna be the race taking advantage of that little misplay. Rusty though is gonna try and pull him out of teleport. Gonna get a res off onto one of the players in front of
30
Marker. That's gonna
seconds
be the
left.
resurrection. It's gonna be a 3v3 already. It's Pumia who's resurrected.
planted.
That's the raise up as well. The orbital strike invested immediately off the back of that.
Bit too late, to be
No
honest.
charges.
Getting anything. Not really useful. I love this position here from the Omen. But he gets spotted there by BBS.
One enemy remaining.
Onichang with 1-2. Onichang on site, closing it out, and that's gonna be the 7th rank of the side of
Switching
team
sides.
Purple Skulls. Onichang holding strong, holding it very, very close here. And I mean, apart from the significant lack of comfort I have in saying his player name, I mean, I really like how Odisha is playing Killjoy, especially in this post front. He's not aggressing. He's waiting for the retake to happen. Immediately as they come to side, that's going to be headshots below. And then when you have the Killjoy or a sniper who is feeling confident on their aim, that's just going to be hell, especially for the attacking team right now, because they're going into the Killjoy side, and it's not the best of situations to be in if the Killjoy is feeling herself.
That is for sure, but it's going to be a push through a B long here. Gets the information that there are one or more players here. In the peak, and the blind is going to be good, but the headshot coming out from Hope gets the first
Blind
kill.
alone.
They don't clear the angle.
They don't expect enough. They had 2 players stacked up there. They just took out 1 player. They don't expect, but they have to realize the spike flash came from that corner. But that's gonna be trades going for the side of team iOiO as it's Bucky is still trying to do something from the back lines. They're not being able to. Cody Chang throws out the pain shells. Again, not a lot of damage done off the back of that. Bucky is gonna have to try and win at least one of these gunfights. He is able to win one, but Easy is there to try and help his team out. Easy again wanting this pick. He's just peeking in, wanting to charge up the brainstorm as quickly as possible. And that's gonna be him trying to fall back, and that's gonna be a jumping classic right burst onto the depth head. And that's gonna be all. I mean, Team iOiO do close it out. That's gonna be the 6th round for them. Winning this round will put them at equal rounds, and that's probably what iOiO wanted by winning this pistol. This is why winning the pistol is so important, especially on the second half, is that you put yourself at a huge advantage, because you know that the other team is going to have a hard time trying to counter your next round, and then you'll have a bonus as well, which will equip you well for the rest of the half.
What looks to be an A hit coming around this time. Rusty. I don't know whether he's AFK, but seems to have DC'd or something. He is staying non-placed, but meanwhile we do have Easy pushing through. Does put out Podichan here. Will take him out, taking no damage at all. Meanwhile, we see Oni-chan also been taken out by Ichibichi, and now it's going to be a full push to the side here. They do all of Hookah lamps here.
First child, not working out for him. That wall was not in his favor. Double though is on a lurk, but I mean he has a pistol, and I'm not sure whether he's in a good position to do anything else other than try and do a little bit of damage onto the stage at least.
Spike planted.
But he's not able to deny the shot. He's gonna get smoked. The moment he peeks out of the smoke, he sees 3 players as a guiding light. He's in a blind double as well, giving all the information they need. All 3 players on the side of team. iOiO gonna rush him down, take him out. That's gonna be the 7th round of the side of team iOiO, equalizing round, and yeah, that puts them at equal status. Do they go for a tech toss here though? Because Rasta did have, they seem to be having a tech issue by the look of it. They do not seem to be wanting to go for a tech port. It's quite interesting. They're willing to play a 4v5. Oh no, they actually did go for the port. Yeah.
So the first gun round coming out from the side of Purple Scouts here in the second half. Let's see what they can make of it. And of course, 4 players surviving on the side will have their Spectres up and Sheriff on Rusty.
And they're walking into the side. With repairs, the stage wall in front of a shot. This is gonna get immediately taken down by itself. I do not like stage walls which are placed like this because they can be immediately dealt with the moment they are put up. It seems actually the stage wall, the use the how can I say, the feasibility of that particular utility becomes is rendered completely useless when you place it preemptively in front of the point. But that's a huge rain of flash. The Lear comes up huge to get the kill onto the fine player being inside showers. So Paranoia though is gonna get his Buck is able to capitalize one off of that, but the guiding light blinding the scope himself as he gets the third kill onto Bhakti. But that's gonna be even trades going for the side of Team iOiO as it's down to a 1-2v2. The double on from coming from spawn. He's gonna use the blind, he's gonna use the guiding light. It seems as if they are unaware because Team iOiO has already rotated into the B side. That's a huge teleporter play. I'm laughing for that here. They are being very manipulative with these rotations. They are bringing in people. Now it's down to a 2v2 retake. And look at this. Look at Team Purple's Skull. Both players are just way too far away for them to get together. No, he loses the gunfight as well in elbow. That's gonna be a Vandal recovered. Oni-chan with a 1v2. I wouldn't count Oni-chan out of this. Oni-chan will be out. Wins the first gunfight down to 30 HP, but he takes the knife out. He takes the knife out and he's taken out. Why? Why does he have to take the knife out? That is just really bad timing there. I mean, as Nibi is able to close out the round on the bonus as well. So that's gonna put the economy of Purple Skulls into a big dump.
Yeah, so this is going to be guaranteed round number 9 taking the 2-round lead against Purple Skulls here. Rough round, I mean they can put it up. We do have a judge coming out on the hands of Oni-chan, while the rest of them are going to be on Pistol, Sheriff, Ghost and a Frenzy by the looks of it.
Stim beacon here.
Again, the Stim Beacon, I think the Stim Beacon is one of the more underrated utility in the game because of how strong it can be as the grenade. Oh my god, easy. Not expecting the grenade to do that much damage. It tries to push it in. The heal is gonna come in though, and that's gonna be a hit back up to 100 HP. The spike is planted already. The sage walls put in the middle of sight to give that extra protection. The Paranoia used by the Omen. Do they clear the angle? They're just a little too slow in clearing that angle as he's able to get one. Easy. Izaf gets one. He's just doing so much work.
One enemy
He's
remaining.
just doing so much work holding lamps and they're trying to take lamps. Lamps is close for business, man. They're not getting into you for any time this map as they have 9th round under their belt.
Yeah, and has built up a really good eco on their side, so they can afford to play around just a little bit, and it's not looking good. So now we do have Podichan coming out with the operator, the first operator that we are going to be seeing in this game, and he is going to be holding Haven at A site, and unfortunately for him, it looks to be a B hit coming out from the rest of the squad on iOiO.
Yeah, the immediate sage wall up in a shot. Not really getting anything because I mean the sage wall is not that, it doesn't stay for too long as well. Again, a very discussed buff that stage requires at this point is okay, double, yeah, just never let me come to any point I'm trying to make as they just headshot on speed long as oh my god, holy shot. What the balls on this man just peeks out, gets one, is traded out. It's down to a 4v3 advantage on the side of the defenders here. They do have the Seekers and from the Shadows charged up on the side of Purple Skulls. The Empress finally invested by iOiO. If they do get into a proper wicked situation, do they expect the player up in heaven? The bucket says the perfect from the shadows, but Commander not able to break the wall
Spike
with that
planted.
distance, as he does have the dark cover and a shrouded step under his belt, having used some paranoia earlier in the round. Hope waiting. Okay, and Punya, as I said, immediately investing the Empress off the back of that post-plant positioning. He's not seeking out an engagement, though, and that's interesting. Because I mean, you usually want your radar house invested the Empress to go seeking in for those engagements, trying to get those first fights
One
off,
enemy
but not
remaining.
that is
Last
not what
player
Punya is doing. I
standing.
like how so he's playing this as
I will not die here.
Rusty. He's able to get three, but the Sage on your posting side, first child is he's so close.
Blasphemy.
The spike gets defused at 0.6.
0.66.
0.6. That is such a huge retake from the side of Purpose because it was almost as if the game was drifting away from them, but they say, nay, we are coming back right in and Rusty did so much work on the stage there in a shot, taking 3 kills. But none of the teammates on his side were able to step up there as iOiO lose that round quite disastrously, I should say.
And now they are going for a fast hit by he's going to get walled off. So there's a cannot get through. Okay, the wall is broken and barely any information has been got here. We have the jet going in.
Easy,
And
easy,
Showstopper not
relax,
going to find a kill.
Okay, easy, just relax with the pinchers. You have been getting tagged up by them a
Your
little
duty
too much.
is not over.
The direction coming onto the player. That's a huge bait there by Rusty. Bait resurrection onto the Reina to try and force out the swing of
Spike
the player
planted.
in front of in the back of sight.
Stop.
That's exactly what it does.
Last player
Down to
standing.
double here with the classic. And Oni-chan gets taken down there.
It's a double digits
gets
for
swung on and taken
iOiO.
down. Again, I'm not very sold on how they are going to these retakes. I mean, they have had some huge clutch plays from the team, from individual clutch plays from the side of Team Purpose when it comes to retakes. But as a team, it's almost as if they are wasting a lot of utility on trying to cover up ground, and it's not really working out because they're not taking advantage of that utility. The paranoia is being used, but no one's taking off it. The guiding lights are going out, but no one's capitalizing off that, and that's quite unfortunate to see as a team. But Punya is going to take out the turret. It's actually one player. It's down to the solo killjoy inside trying. Holy Oni-chan does have the lockdown. He's not trying to place the lockdown immediately as the spike goes down. So they're holding for the push out of CP double. They're not developing anything out of CP, and that's going to kill through the smoke. On to easy. Is that? Left one, but not pressing off. The spike has got done already, and it's shrouded step to get into the back of side. Cody Chang trying to break the wall in elbow, knows that things are not going to be good for him. The guiding light invested again blinds him. Information of player in the ball as well. The sheriff not working out, and that's going to be he's with 3 on the round on the jet coming alive all of a sudden. I mean, I like how he's playing jet. I have to say, he's just smoking for himself, dashing to side, taking space, and that's what you want the jet to be doing, especially on attack. Unless and I mean, I do agree that they have a radar and the jet can play as a duelist, but again, the composition on the side of iOiO with the Brimstone is going to push them into going for those aggressive setups, because Brimstone is more of an aggressive controller. You have to be with your team. You have to be with the execution. You cannot do it from afar on the map, and that's why Brimstone is probably really good on time because of how good the map is. Double.
Spike down B.
Odi-chan gets three actually, and that's 2v5 already. What is it with these rounds, man? They're just so quick. The dark cover placed in front of Hookah and B main are going to push them into the back of try to go and try to get a plant off in A. They do know that there's one player inside the teleporter. Do they expect a rotation out of the side of Team Purpose? Also, they do have two players each on
Careful
both sides,
here.
one player inside the teleporter. Punya expecting the race to push out any moment now. They're holding to this push, but I love how Podichang is playing this. He is so patient. He knows that him being inside teleporter puts so much more pressure on the side of Team Purple Skulls. On the bigger part on the side of Team iOiO, because they have to play
30
they have
seconds
to
left.
respect that piece of utility, that person inside the teleporter. But Punya is probably gonna get detected immediately as he walks
Feeling
into the
safe.
side. Yeah, he does. The authorities can get the information. They lamp on as well. Double on side the smoke. Besides the screaming, a little timing off, he's gonna get the final pick though, and that's gonna be the ninth round going to the side of Team Purple Skulls.
Back and forth battle between these two teams, but it seems iOiO is still very comfortable in terms of economic. We do have Ichibinibi capped out as well. He's going to buy for himself and probably is able to buy for the rest of his team as well. But they are still really good on economy, and Purple Skulls needs to bring this round back if they want to even make a dent in hope of coming back basically.
They really do have to Punya though on the arena trying to get stopped into towers. Not seeing anything. From the Trailblazers are getting information of a player inside Octagon. Double with a counter guiding light to try and stop that push. The guiding light again comes in from long, blinds him. That's information garnered. Do they expect three players in the B side though? It seems as if they do not their final request off of it. He's have to get a push in out of showers, get it up into side. But yeah, they're trying to this is an execute. All through and through this was an execute. But the problem with that is do they expect those earlier? But that's an interesting one. It's not placed to cover up showers because they actually do have to cover showers. It covers up backside, but double on the sky is just gonna use the Trailblazers' advantage. Gets the kill up on that. The spike not planted though. He's gonna walk in. Hope is in spawn. He's stopping his rotations from having. He's taking control of the game in the defender spawn itself. He's gonna try and respect the players that are rushing him down. Punya with this ratty play inside teleporter gets one. It's down for 3v3 already. Hope doesn't have the Trailblazer, but he does have a guiding light charging up in a matter of seconds. But that's not going to be of any essence whatsoever because two players on the side of Team Purple Skulls are going to take it down. Whereas Punya going to take that on 30 HP as well. I mean, he has the Empress, but I'm not sure whether he wants to use it right now. And that is exactly why, because Team Purple Skulls are hitting their shots, landing heads left, right, and center, and that's going to be the 10th round of their side as well. One round lead here for the side of Team iOiO. They do have enough money to buy up. They have enough money to buy up for like 3 matches. But
well, the problem here is going to be if they lose this round, they still will have money to buy up, but they're forcing themselves into a situation they don't want to get into. And Purple Skulls here are building up on the economy. They are also, we do have Cursed Child who is sitting at 7.5. I mean, does have equal to buy up even if they lose this round.
Again, look at Iza. Iza just rushing in the fight. He's gonna have to escape the pinches though, and he does not. He's gonna have to go 1 HP. But fuck yes, gets 2. That's the Omen coming up. Field. As he gets 2. It's not playing on the side of iOiO to try and salvage this round from whatever it is. I mean, it's almost as if they're already considering a sale. Oh no, Punya has invested the Empress. Guys, Terra expects you to get an ace. The Empress is okay, I mean, I was gonna say the A in Empress stands for ace, but then I realized the Empress doesn't actually have an ace. So, Havane, I'm just gonna leave you to judge that comment, but he gets spammed through the box. He
Out
gets
of
spammed through
charges.
the box. That's gonna be huge because that puts it down to a 4v2, and the Blade Storm is there for the Jet to invest, but I'm not sure
Last
that he wants to
player
invest it
standing.
right now as double gets onto the Brimstone, and Izef cannot do anything as he gets taken out there. And that's gonna be the 11th round of the side of Purple Skulls, equalizing the game,
Bomb
equalizing
grenade
these
out.
rounds.
A massive rounds coming out from Purple Skulls here. 11 to 11 now going into the 23rd round. We might have an OT game on our hands by the way things are going. Can iOiO pull this back? Because now I think they have got into their heads. I feel like they are playing under pressure right now. All this time it seemed to be a breeze through, but Purple Skulls coming back is going to be definitely telling on them.
Placing swarm grenade.
That's the thing with this game. That is what we're talking about earlier as well. Momentum plays such a huge role. And I mean, you can see it. Purple Skulls winning that huge clutch in that 2 rounds ago put them at such a mental advantage over Team iOiO that they won 3 rounds straight off the back of that. And the Patriots are going to tag out Rust with 90 HP as well. They are playing slow here on the side of iOiO, not the usual antics of fast executing the jet dash you see from them. There's a child in the back of sight, not getting anything for himself.
Again, the patience coming out from Onichan. There he has not left B side, still holding it down for the time being.
Bhakti SL again with the opening kill on the round, gets the kill onto the sky. I don't know, they're going into a Killjoy side, and Onichan has been feeling crisp
30
today.
seconds
Can
left.
he try and do something? Though no, he cannot, as Korean just spams him out with the Phantom, gets the kill onto him, and that's gonna be a free side. Free plant for them as well. Again, the resurrection charged up on the side of Rusty. The satchel play gets punished by the stage. Bucky is still again in the back of side, cannot do anything as he gets taken out. It's down to Cursed Child in a 1v3, and he hasn't been having the best game of his life, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past any player to clutch out a 1v3, especially at stage as well with that self heal coming up. Down to him, he's gonna go to the spam through the glasses, not getting any purchase.
He's going to try and save this gun here. Swap going out, and he will get the kill onto the Jet, but it is going to be match point coming out for iOiO. Can they close it out, or can Purple Skulls force overtime here?
Again, I think that final fight there by
Match
Izaf,
point.
not sure whether that is the best option for him, because they are suffering a bit of a. It's not an optimal economic situation for them. For him to take that final battle and to lose that rifle, it might have repercussions onto this round. You know, piece of utility that is not bought, and sometimes little things could be the huge difference makers.
But
we
they
are
seem
going
to
to
have
see
money. We
them.
do have a full buy coming out from both teams, though.
Barrier created.
And it's going to be an aggressive B hit here. Look at that. 3 players on B long, 1 player on A short, and 1 player in front of Hookah. Is alone in an island trying to do something by himself, trying to put presence in Hookah. And that's interesting because that is something we never saw Purple Skulls doing, except for on their save rounds, is that, you know, show presence on the map. They were rushing it out, and that's where iOiO has been really good on their attack, is that they're showing presence throughout the map. They're keeping these rotations close. And look at that,
I've got your
immediately
trail.
off of the information that they get that there's going to be 3 players in side, they just take the teleporter, and that puts team Skulls at such a weird situation, because not only do they have to try and do something, and the showstopper gets invested by Oh no, Puri-chan gets two. How does he get away with two? But he gets in the when he gets traded there immediately. Down to 3v2. Advantage is on the side
One
of
enemy
team.
remaining.
But Skies,
30
the
seconds
wayward
left.
peak, they're not working out in the play. It's down to 1v3.
Spike
Oni-chan, he
planted.
has to try and clutch out this round. He has to be the savior of his team. Try and do something here to force overtime. Down to 1v1, he gets spotted there. He knows where one player is. But I think look at how disciplined the team iOiO is playing,
Attackers
that they are
win.
just not giving him anything, and that's gonna be victory for the side of team iOiO, playing extremely well, playing to their strengths, playing to their compositions, and that's what I like to see. Realizing how the duelists have to be handled, how the controllers have to be handled, and realizing the flaws and the problems that they run in their form. They were playing it really well, using the sky as a passive agent, using the sky basically as an initiator to get ease of the capability to go for those aggressive plays on their attack.
But that Jet definitely popping off. iOiO easy 29 kills under his belt, 357 average combat score. This guy went absolute ham. 7 first bloods under his belt as well. This is exactly what you want your Jet player to be doing. But having said that, there comes to end match number 58. We do have another match at 10 p.m. So do join us again for that. But until then, a reminder that this is the Logitech Play to Win series, and if you are in the market for some new peripherals, check out all that Logitech has to offer. Whether it is a mouse, a keyboard, a mousepad, a headset, speakers. They have even flight simulator controls, which I actually do have with me. If I can find it, which I'm using as well. But we do have. I mean, Logitech does have you covered on all fronts, so do check it out. But having said that, it's going to be me, Tara, and Might both signing off. Join us again at 10 p.m. Thanks for watching for the time being. Hope to see you guys at 10 p.m. See you guys.